Happy Sunday, everyone. It's another hot Sunday. As you can tell, the second I start talking, my dog always wants to be part of the video. Letty, you go lay down, okay? Go lay down. Go find Daddy. Go get him. All right. So, got rid of the dog, hopefully. So it's hot outside. Excuse me while I pause this real quick while I take care of my dog. Letty, come. It's live TV, people. Things happen. Friends that have dogs that are very, very whiny, these are lifesavers for us. So they are called bully slices. Not part of my segment at all today, but it is the way that I'm going to distract my dog. Please excuse me while I wash my hands. Why? Stuff on the floor. All right, like I said, this is live, so that was a fun start. So that's going to entertain my dog. My husband is entertaining my son. And I'm going to talk to you guys about something to keep you cool because this week it's going to be hot. So I'm making something super simple. I kind of prepped a lot of stuff, and I had a lot of the stuff because I'm growing my own garden. So I'm going to make a pasta salad, but not your traditional pasta salad. It's a pesto pasta salad. So I made yesterday homemade pesto. Super easy, especially if you have a food processor, that makes it even easier. So what I did is I took a whole bunch of basil. My original recipe, I think, called for 3 cups of basil, doubled it, made 6 cups of basil, or used 6 cups of basil, and then it's adding in garlic, Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper. Do not forget the salt or it doesn't taste like anything. Parmesan cheese, oil. It's really easy. I'll share the recipe. But then, let me show you how I store it. So, I don't like using a ton of pesto at one time. A little goes a long way with pesto if you've ever worked with it or had it before on a dish. It's not super coated because it is very rich. It's a lot of oil. It's a lot of cheese. Pine nuts. That's the other ingredient I forgot to mention. Toasted pine nuts, which is fun. So I have my little bit of pesto here that I can show you guys. A nice bright green color. But then what I do is I freeze it in an ice cube tray. I hope I can get the lid. I can't get the lid off of the ice cube tray. So it spilled over a little bit when it expanded in the freezer. But basically, I will just run this under a little bit of hot water on the backside. And then I have all these individual cubes of homemade pesto that I store in a baggie in my freezer, pull them out as I need them. So a little, like I said, goes a long way. So this little bit of pesto is gonna last me a long time. I'm gonna make a whole nother batch like this once I can clean out this tray. But getting a tray with a lid is super helpful because it's just kind of like open in your freezer and you don't want stuff getting into it or freezer burn too quickly. So I recommend getting something like this. But I'm going to make pasta salad for you guys real quick. So I already boiled the noodles. I like using tricolor rotini. You could really use any kind of noodle that you want. A penny pasta would work good. Wagon wheels are super fun for a pasta salad too. Elbow noodles are good. I would not recommend like a spaghetti style noodle. I just don't think it would have the same effect as this. So I have my box of noodles. And then I already pre-chopped a red pepper. You'll see why I chose a red pepper in a minute. So I'm just going to put all the ingredients in there. Can of black olives, already sliced, nice and easy. Then I bought mozzarella pearls, so like the fresh mozzarella cheese. I just think that this has such better flavor than putting in, you could use like string cheese mozzarella or a chunk of, regular mozzarella cheese, but I really think that the pearls add a better flavor. They come in a brine, so I'm just going to dump some of the brine out, not using that. And I want to be able to just scoop out the pearls. I'm not going to cut the pearls. I've seen people do that too, but I think that they are bite-sized portions with what they're at. This plastic wrap off here. So I'm just going to add in what I think is a decent amount of cheese. I don't want to overpower the other things that are in here. I want to make sure that there's enough. All right. Then we are growing like pickling cucumbers, which if you pick them this small and you don't want to pickle them, they are like extra crisp on the inside because they're just small, tiny cucumbers. So they, obviously don't taste like pickles until you put the vinegar and stuff inside of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut them on 4s. So I sliced it up the long way, and then I'm making little, cutting each circle on 4. And adding that into the mix. You could add in zucchini. You could add in different colored peppers. You could add a little bit of heat into it and do some banana peppers. I know like the salad at Olive Garden and stuff like that has those banana peppers inside of it, or a, what do you call it, like an antipasta salad with like possibly salami and stuff inside of it too. But I'm just going to throw some of that in there for now. I will chop up more. And then, I didn't realize this until last week, but I was waiting for my cherry tomatoes in my garden to get like bright red, and they were getting golden and they were getting stuck. And when I purchased stuff, I just saw that these were cherry-sized tomatoes, didn't read much more into it, and was like, weird, they're getting a beautiful orange color, but they're not turning red. Let me make sure I'm watering plenty. Then I grabbed one of the little tags out of my garden and realized these are the sun gold cherry tomatoes. So they're going to stay this beautiful orange color. So that's why I chose to do a red pepper. So I've got the red, I've got the green, I've got orange. And again, I just cut each little cherry tomato on half, and then each one of those halves on half. And then we're going to plop all of that in here. I'm going to start by giving all of this a stir first, so you guys can see what it looks like before I put anything on it. Let me bring it nice and close to the camera. Ooh, this is a huge bowl. This is going to be like my lunch throughout the week at work, so this is going to be amazing. So you can see a little bit of everything inside of there. Little mozzarella balls, the red peppers, the black olives. It's all delicious and in there. Okay, so when adding pesto, start little and add more, because you can't really take it out. Kind of like if you're ever making a potato salad or anything else. You can't really take the sauce out once you've added it. So I'm going to start by just adding a little bit. And then you really want to make sure, I'm actually going to use my rubber spatula. You really want to make sure that you stir it around. It tends to like to clump up. So you want to make sure that, you know, before you add more, that you've looked and there isn't still like a clump of it somewhere sitting in the bowl. But again, a little goes a long way. I am already smelling so much basil in here, and the only basil that's in it is in the pesto sauce. So, what was that? Maybe 3 tablespoons total. And I'm gonna kind of like let it sit and have the flavors meld. And if I think I want to add more, I'll add more later. But I'm already thinking that this is pretty good. So, take a look. If you see all the speckles on the side of the bowl, that's from the basil that's in there in the pesto sauce. So, that's my pasta salad. I think this is going to be really good. So I'm going to try it. It's obviously going to get better with time, but I'm going to give a little taste try right now to see how this goes. So let's get a noodle, mozzarella ball. Let's see what I can grab out of here. Of course, everything's a little slippery now. Doesn't want to cooperate. Oh, I got to get one of those cherry tomatoes. Awesome. So here we go. Bon appetit. So these sun gold tomatoes have such a refreshing taste to them. It's almost a slight hint of sweet. So I would say of the variety of tomatoes, it's on the sweeter side. If you guys followed it all last year, you saw the copious amounts of cherry tomatoes we had last year. We won't be on that target for this year at all. These grow definitely differently, but we have a lot. We're already over probably 150 in what we've picked. I've handed them off to some people to enjoy and stuff like that, but that really helps this flavor in here. You get all of the freshness. It's just going to be really refreshing. I mean, when it's 90 degrees outside, I don't want to be making something like hot, like lasagna or whatever. So I am going to, you know, be enjoying that as my lunch at work. It'll be nice and refreshing from the fridge. It'll be so yummy. So that's what I'm making here. Huge shout out and thank you to everybody that responded on my tamales question yesterday. Learned a lot, definitely. Learned that Google isn't always the answer on the best way to reheat things. So I want to definitely try tamales fresh. I will take a lot of people's suggestions. I definitely will steam the next time that I do them. Instead of just, you know, I kept them in the foil package at first, so maybe a little deceiving how I shared it, but we were told to heat them in the oven. So I kept them in the foil pack until right at the end and made sure that they reached 140 degrees, which is what the package said. But I definitely want to try them like fresh at a restaurant somewhere so that I can get the full effect, the full experience. So thank you for that. And I hope to pitch more questions and stuff that way. Instagram and TikTok have been making me super hungry lately with kind of like hacks and changes on different kinds of foods, and I want to try some of that. Some friends have been sharing some different foods with me, but I am also going to be sharing stuff from Waukesha. So it's not all just my own hacks. It's also going to be Waukesha. So actually what I have going in my oven right now is I am trying to do a quick, like, 2-hour duck confit. I bought a duck breast, and I've got it cooking. Hi, buddy. You want to say hi? Okay, say hi. Hi. So I'm making a duck confit breast in the oven. Just kind of something quick. Basically, that means it's like cooking in its own like fat from the skin. Go like that, okay? All right. And then what I want to do is I want to try Tofty's Table duck confit tostadas. So I've got to crisp up my little wonton things. I've got the toppings for on top of it. I'm going to try and do it as best justice as I can, but it is one of my favorite things that I've tried at Tofty's. So that's on my radar to do next. So this is my sample run that I'm going to be doing with the duck that's in here. I bought a second breast. I will be making that one if this turns out, or working from what didn't work out this time to do it the next time. So keep throwing your ideas at me. I'd love to, try more places, try more things out there. The panza is still on my list. The deep frying of a panza is what makes me a little nervous, but I promise I will do it. And I hope all of you guys have a good Sunday. Stay cool. Any food questions, let me know as well. And see you around Waukesha. All right, bye.